for the last one, that I've researched, what do you think about people that just have emotions in that moment that are beyond out of control? What do you do? Like if you're on set and you have someone like screaming and going insane, or just someone at that moment. Because a lot of times people will fight back. They'll be like, shut the F up. You know what I mean? Like, blah, and I'm like, I'm watching this like a car, and I'm like, what is this doing? Like, this is just, or when you fight with your mate or whatever. I know my husband and I will come in hot. We both come in really hot. And so I learned in therapy, honey, I think he'd still say I'm still learning it, but to stay in my window because I'm a very emotional person. I'm Italian. So like my husband will be like, oh wow. Or people will be like, oh, Italians. Oh my God. And they'll be like, that woman's aggressive. I'm like, I don't think that woman's aggressive. I think that woman's Italian. I think that woman's just passionate. I don't think that's negative. You know what I mean? I think when you start cussing and getting out of control, that's aggression. But if you're just expressing, I don't think that's aggressive. I think you'd be passionate. However, staying in your window, I'm learning if you get out of your window with two people fighting,
explain the window again.
So if you're coming in hot, right, and your emotions are all over the place and you're screaming at each other, what is that going to do? You have to take a moment, come back, and stay in a window of sorts where both of you can be in this window, as opposed to exploding your emotions everywhere. So
you're staying in a place where you can communicate with each other respectfully.
Right. Where it's a window. So it's a gauge of sorts where I'm just kind of like.
But it takes two. It can't just be one person.
It takes two to be in the window. Okay. Yeah. It's like you're both in windows. Okay. It's like you're confined of sorts. Sure. But you're looking at each other and going, okay, once we raise our tone and our levels and our energy is dissipated, and instead of focused on one another, then there's no point. You need to, you're out of your window, and you're out of your space, you're out of the element. You might as well go take a walk for 15 minutes to come back. You know what I mean? I think taking a walk.
A good friend of ours says, take a lap. Go take a lap.
Go take a lap. Go take a nap. Go take a lap. Go do something. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's a big one too for energy, because I just see so many people fighting themselves, fighting other people. And I'm like, it's dissipated energy. What are you doing with it? And then they're like, I can't create. I can't do this. And then they're victim to why they're not successful, why they're not doing more with their lives. And I'm like, you just spent an hour and a half bitching, complaining, and doing, when you could have just put it into the text, put it into the work. You know what I mean? Like, put it in. Yeah. So, yeah. And then, So
I think there's some self, modulation that you have to have. You got to practice that. You got to be able to check yourself. Be like,
because then it'll happen with anybody.
Yeah. And it's good to be like, look, I'm here right now. Yeah. So excuse me if I'm coming off a little hot, I'm coming off a little aggressive, or I'm coming off a little, or, hey, I'm just, I'm having a funky day today. So excuse me if I'm like looking weird. You can call it.
I always call it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't always call it, but it'll take a minute for me to be like, I guess I'm having a weird day. Mm-hmm. And don't feel bad about it. You don't have
to over explain yourself either.
No.
Yeah.